Former Vice President Mike Pence somehow suddenly does not remember if he was actually told about the fake elector scheme. It's all a bit blurry. The memory isn't quite there, even though in his memoir that he wrote after leaving office, he actually talked about the fact that he did, on January 6th, ask the Senate parliamentarian, hey, are there any alternate electors that I need to be aware of? But in spite of that question, Mike Pence maintains that, he was just checking in. He didn't know. He doesn't know if he knew about the fake elector plot that his boss was hatching and trying to get him to buy into. Suddenly, memory's a little hazy. Not quite sure what happened. But this weekend on NBC's Meet the Press with host Chuck Todd, Mike Pence, when asked by Todd about, hey, did they tell you about this? Mike Pence goes, I just heard what was being talked about in the press at the time, but I thought it was important. And then Todd then asked about that part I mentioned in the book, well, you asked the parliamentarian if there were alternate electors, kind of seems like maybe you knew something. And Pence goes, I did ask the parliamentarian very directly, Chuck. I asked her because I was hearing rumors. I was reading in the newspaper that there were alternate electors. I asked her point blank, are there any other electors from any state? And she said there was not. So Todd then interjected to ask Pence whether anybody in Trump's White House told him about the plot. And Pence replied, I don't recall that. I just remember hearing it in the public, and I wanted a definitive answer whether or not the parliamentarian had received any additional electoral votes. She had not, so as you know, we actually changed the language as those electoral college votes were recorded. I don't recall. The typical standard line that we hear in criminal proceedings all the time. That's when you want to deny something, but you don't want to get hit with perjury charges by outright denying it, so you go to the standard, I don't recall. I'm not sure, I can't remember, not to the best of my recollection, right? And that is exactly what Mike Pence is doing here. Now, there's two reasons Mike Pence could be doing this. I'm sure actually there's probably a million reasons, but there's two likely reasons. First one is that Pence is straight up lying because he knows he has to protect his testimony because he's going to have to give it in front of a jury. That is the most likely scenario here. Mike Pence does not want to give up the game. Mike Pence, of course, has talked to the grand jury. He has talked to Jack Smith. He has also attacked Donald Trump in the last week or so over this plot to overturn the election. So Pence knows what he knows. There is no, I don't recall. You took detailed notes of everything that the prosecutors have. So you can't be like, oh, well, I don't, maybe I know, maybe I don't, who knows? So the most likely thing is he was told by his lawyers, if the press asks you, I don't recall is your answer. And it's a smart answer. Protects his testimony. The second could be Mike Pence is worried he's going to end up being brought on charges, and so he's trying to dance around the issue and pretend he didn't know. I think the first one is, of course, far more likely. He's going to have to testify at trial. He doesn't want to put it out in the ether right now, so he's keeping his powder dry. When the trial comes along, I'm pretty sure Mike Pence is suddenly going to recall all of it, and he will sing like a bird. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.